You already know what this is. You click on this video. Dog. Let's just get to the part where I make a mask. So as you can see here, I already had my mask sewn, and I also have the rest of my supplies. What you're gonna need is obviously your mask. You're gonna want your craft foam. You're gonna want a mannequin head, which is what my mask is on. And then you're gonna want PC fan mesh that you spray painted white. You're gonna need glue, obviously, paper, and then a pencil so that you can draw out your lens. I made a test lens earlier that I didn't like. But yeah, let's start by making a pair of lens. So as you can see, I already have my lens shape pre-made, but I'll show you how to do yours anyway. So this is how I do it. Usually I get my mechanical pencil, and I just kind of lightly start doing my outline. Doesn't have to be perfect, because if you're drawing lightly, then you can just kind of erase the parts you don't like later. And we're just kind of making a random lens shape right now with no particular design in mind. It's kind of angular. And then if there's anything you don't like about your lens shape, you can then go and erase it. Mechanical pencils don't exactly have good erasers, but it's fine. Maybe you don't like all this excess. And now that you have your shape, and you can kind of go like this, so you can have your inside. And you would just kind of keep doing this until you find a shape that you like. We're not going to use this lens for the mask I'm making, but this is just an example of how to do it, and maybe you can color in the border if you so desire. Just like that. But now, we have our lens shape, the one that we're gonna use. The way I do it is I put it on my craft foam, and I use my mechanical pencil and then just draw the outline and make sure to hold it down flat. So I'll get back to you, once I have my lens cut out. Alright, so I finished making the lenses. When you finish making your outline, just hold it up to your mask. Make sure you like the way it looks on your mask, because you can't really afford to glue the lenses and then think, actually that looks bad, let me try again. So really make sure you like the way your lenses look, and then we can move on to the part where we make the inside. So for the inside of your lenses, you have a couple choices, but my go-to choice is using PC fan mesh that I spray painted white, because I think that gives you the best visibility. Look at that. That's about as great as visibility as you're gonna get out of a Spider-Man mask. You could use reflective lenses, which I've tried before. The problem with those are that if it's cold, or if you're like running around a lot, they're gonna fog up a lot. So you kind of have to keep that in mind. But I do think they look really cool, and I actually want to try doing those again someday. I'm not really sure what else you could use other than PC fan mesh and like sunglasses, because if you use like just plastic, like that's gonna fog up real easy, and your visibility is not gonna be great. So what I would do is I would buy some PC fan mesh, some white spray paint, spray paint one side, leave the other side black, because you want to be able to see out of it, and as you might be able to tell, you can kind of see better out of the black side. So here's what you want to do to cut off your lenses correctly. First, you obviously want to put your lens up to the PC fan mesh to make sure you're lining it up. See, we don't need this whole thing, so we're going to just take out a hefty chunk. move that out of your way. We don't even need that much. But here's what you do. So as you can see, that's more than enough PC fan mesh. What we're gonna do is we're gonna trim it just a little, because we don't want the PC fan mesh to be seeable from the outside, you know? We don't want people to look at the mask and see the PC fan mesh. I'm dog sitting right now, so if you hear dogs in the background, or maybe cats, that's why. But we're gonna keep trimming it just a bit more until we're satisfied. I think that looks about good enough. You may have noticed I took my gloves off for this section. That's because of the glue I'm about to use, which is called Crazy Glue. The reason it's called that is because it burns like crazy. It also dries crazy fast. Like this dries in about 30 seconds completely. So carefully get your glue out, and I do mean carefully. Like, be careful here. I don't want to mess this up. What I do is I get your glue not right at the edge, but kind of very close to it. Because if you get too close to the edge and then you try to put your PC fan mesh down, it might come out on the other side, and we don't want that to happen. So now you got your glue, and now you gotta act fast. Go ahead and stick it. Try not to touch the part where the glue will meet the PC fan mesh, because it'll bubble over and it'll burn your hand. And then you'll have to like get that glue off, and it'll actually hurt. So be careful. And we're gonna give it like 5 minutes to dry. So I'll see you back when it's all dry. Congratulations! If you've done everything right, your lenses should be done. Before you glue them on, I would suggest putting on your mask. And while wearing it, get your Sharpie. Just pretend this is a Sharpie. And put a little dot where your eyes are while you're wearing the mask. Then take the mask off, cut these tiny little holes, and put it back on just to see how it looks on you. If you think the fabric is like folding weird or whatever, you might want to use a different mask. But now we get to do the scary part. You gotta glue our lens onto our mask. So get back out your Crazy Glue, and this time you want to do it on the border, just like this. If my glue would come out. Here we go. And I'll snap back to when I have the lenses glued on, because I feel like this part's pretty self-explanatory, because you just put lens to mask. So I'll catch up with you guys in a sec. Alright, so at this point your lenses should be fully glued on. You can go ahead and take a minute to put your mask on in the mirror to see how it looks if you'd like. If you've done that, or if you're going to skip that part because you don't want to know what I have to say, you can start putting on your webs. So what you need is a Sharpie. Or you could puff paint it, but that's kind of advanced, and I would recommend just sharpening your suits. Because if you use puff paint, it's going to crack, and you can't really put it in the dryer. It's a hassle. You have to wait for it to dry. But, I guess there's not really a lot for me to say, other than be careful, and recommend using a reference image. Other than that, just go crazy, I guess. And I'll meet up with you when it's done. Alright, so here's the finished mask. It's not perfect, but the reason why I told you earlier to buy a mannequin head is because you need the mask to stretch out properly so you can do the webs properly. You might be able to tell, but I kind of fucked up one of the top webs. But other than that, you should know how to make a mask now. And if you don't, it's because you're a dummy. Yeah, take a hard look in the mirror, dummy. Dumb, stupid. go to the idiot zone.